What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Kramer, and in this video, I want to break down exactly how much my rental properties made me in the month of May. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump in. All right, so before I literally share my screen and show you my bank account, I want to first tell you why I'm making this video and who this is actually for. I'm making this video for people who are not yet in the real estate game to show them what's possible. Because I know when I was first starting real estate, and honestly, even today, nobody actually shares their screen and shows their literal bank account to show how much money they're making every month. People will tell you how much they're making or how much they're making because you'll never actually see the proof. But again, I wanted to share my screen, show you guys to just provide more transparency in the real estate world, the midterm rental world, Airbnb, all that fun stuff. All right, so let's go ahead and jump in. I'm sharing my screen now. This is a software I use called Baselane. I have a whole nother video about Baselane, but it's essentially the banking software, the rent collection software, and the bookkeeping software that I use for my rental properties. Now, if this is the first time you're seeing one of my videos or you just don't know, I own 3 rental properties right now. 2 of them are single family homes, and then 1 of them is a triplex. And the rental strategy that I use is midterm rentals, which is what my whole channel is pretty much about. So I won't go too much into that here. But anyways, like I mentioned, one of the cool features they have is this analytics and reportings tab. So I'm gonna go ahead and click on it, okay? And what's cool is I can filter by the dates here. So I'm gonna do this again, just so you can see it's live. So May 1st to May 30th, which is today. Press on apply, okay? And then I'm gonna go over here and show you that this is gonna show the net operating cash flow. So just to read word for word, because I'll show you a trick that some other gurus might do and give you a false impression on how much they're actually making. So this net operating cash flow will report revenue, operating expenses, mortgage and loan payments, capital expenditures, and all uncategorized transactions. What some people might show you is just this NOI. So watch what happens to the numbers here. If I just press on this NOI, oh, my net cash flow jumps to $12,000. That's because it doesn't take into account the mortgage payments. And obviously the mortgage payments are an expense, so you should see those. So let me go back to the net operating cash flow, and you can see this is like the true numbers. This much money came into my bank account, and this much money came out of my bank account. Like, this could not be any more exact. This is straight from my bank account that's also hooked up here in Baselane. So 15,000 came in, a little more. 5,900 came out, which leaves me a profit of $9,657. Now, again, this is all about transparency here. So when I say this is profit, what I mean by that is that's how much is left in my bank account. Or in other words, this is how much is added to my bank account. Now, this number also includes reserves that I keep in my accounts for my properties. So I don't just take this $9,657 and go spend it. Right now I'm actually keeping all of it in my bank accounts so I can just have it compound, and then I'm gonna buy another property very soon. But just know that some of this number is also just gonna be for reserves for the properties. Okay, so just wanted to share that. Now, if I click on cash flow statements, I want to actually show you how these numbers break down. Because again, I've never seen these numbers before from other people, and I had no idea how much money they were making, how they're actually making the money, and all that. So that's what I'm doing here. So as you can see, the rent total is $14,458, and I collected an additional $785 in fees and other revenue. So what this number is coming from are pet fees that I charge my tenants, and then also cleaning fees. Now, and again, transparency here. Important thing to note is out of the $785, about $500 to $600 of it are true fees, which are gonna be profit to me because they're pet fees, and the tenant doesn't get them back. But there's an additional $100 or $200 worth of cleaning fees in here that I will have to pay my cleaner, and it will be an expense next month or the month after, because sometimes people pay me the fees up front, but I don't have to actually pay my cleaner until she cleans 1, 2, or 3 months later. So just keep that in mind that there are going to be some expenses that come from this a little bit later on. Now, if I continue to scroll down, you're going to see operating expenses. So cleaning and maintenance. One thing that I don't love about Baselane that I've actually told them before is, hey, I want to have better categories because cleaning and maintenance is so broad. Like, you can't see here how this $1,500 breaks up. Part of it was for cleaning and part of it was for maintenance. What was the split? From just seeing this, I couldn't tell you. I really have no idea. And that's an issue. I do know, just off the top of my head, I didn't have many maintenance expenses this past month. But again, it's not a great representation, but nonetheless, it's an expense. So I just don't know exactly the category of it unless I looked back into the records. Utilities. This was $904 split between my 3 properties. And again, this isn't really split out between different categories on this exact statement. This is just showing you broad utilities. But just so you know, this is split between electric, gas, water, and sewer, and actually trash as well. So this is all the utilities. For like trash, as an example, I don't pay that on a monthly basis. It's usually a quarterly basis. And again, don't quote me on this, but I'm pretty sure I had a trash payment in here of like $100 or so. But nonetheless, $900 on average for the 3 properties. So $300 on average, again, per month per property. Insurance, $213. So this number is actually split between 2 properties. The 3rd property, I prepaid a year's of insurance in advance. So this is for 2 properties. For my 3rd property, I already paid the insurance for an entire year back in, I think it was October or November. So I don't necessarily have an insurance payment until October, November. Repairs, like I mentioned, it gets a little blurry when it comes to cleaning and maintenance, and then repairs. Again, I don't love the categories. Maybe just looking at this, I could put cleaning in this cleaning and maintenance category and then all repairs here, but whatever. And that will show you the total expenses of $2,700, which brings the net operating income to $12,500, but there were more expenses. So as you can see down here, I had mortgage payments of $2,700. That was split between 3 properties. So one was roughly $1,200, one was roughly $900, and one was roughly $550. Again, they might be a little bit off, but that was how it's. Then capital expenditures. I was looking at this before because I was like, I don't remember putting anything in here for capital expenditures. This is actually just a landscaping expense. It really should have been underneath the maintenance. But again, I don't love the categories. That's like the one small downfall, but you still get a very clear picture, and these are the true expenses. So anyways, that leaves me with a net cash flow of $9,657 for the month of May. So thank you to my real estate for producing for me. I only had to spend, I would say, if I'm being conservative and generous here, a couple hours per week on my properties this month. Really, it wasn't that much, but let's just say it was a couple hours per week for these properties for the month of May. And this is the result that it spit out. Now, not every month is this good. Some months are better. Some months are worse. It's not like this perfect passive income, mailbox money, right? Like this month, knock on wood, I had a good month, lucky month, you could say, with some maintenance and stuff like that. Not having a lot to do. I have tenants in there for good periods of time. So I don't have much turnover coming in June either, which is really nice. But yeah, just want to make this video, again, really for my younger self and for those who want to get in the real estate game. This is possible. These are real numbers. All these numbers, I'll just kind of scroll down, are pulled in from my bank account. Like I mentioned, I have different accounts for each property that are all linked within Baselane. And using their bookkeeping feature, I literally categorize the expenses, and then that's how the reports are made. So just want to show you that there. If you guys appreciate the transparency, tap that subscribe button. And if you guys have any questions or anything that I can do to help you guys on your real estate journey, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.